The boyfriend. My girlfriend told me that I'm a little boring, not very interesting, very dependent, besides victim. I watched this destructive energy in myself and felt that somehow I liked it. It is possible to use this energy in some creative way? This girlfriend is very generous because every man ends up becoming very boring, and not just a little boring. Realize that what is called love is a repetition, the same routine, stupid always, and that, in this completely stupid game, the man is the loser. It dissipates his energy, sweats, snorts, and the girlfriend keeps her eyes closed with the following thought: it's just a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, and this nightmare will be over. The people have an inventive capacity so precarious that they think that taking the same actions over and over again, it means to make them more interesting. That's why this guy's girlfriend is very generous to tell her boyfriend he's a bit boring. And then I tell him, "You're totally boring." When Christian missionaries came to this country, people found that they only knew one position to make love, the one where the woman is at the bottom, and those ugly beasts over the delicate woman. In India, this posture is called the posture missionary. India is an ancient land and the cradle of many sciences, particularly sexology. An extremely important book by Vatsyayana has been around for 5,000 years. The name of the book is Kama Sutras, Tips for Making Love. Its author is a man of deep meditation. Created 84 positions for making love. There is no doubt that the position when making love must be changed. From the otherwise, the individual is bound to be boring. Vatsyayana recognizes that the same position of love, it generates boredom, a feeling of great stupidity, because the same thing is always done. Invented 84 positions to make the love life of couples a little interesting. He never wrote a book of the caliber of the Kama Sutras, but it could only have come from a man of very clear and with deep meditative ability. How is your love life? Anyone who looks at his love life will find it completely boring, and particularly for the woman, it is even more annoying as the man completes the act in 2 or 3 minutes, while the woman hasn't even started yet. And all over the world, cultures reinforce the women's minds that they shouldn't even enjoy or mobilize or have fun, and that it's dirty, since prostitutes do it, but not good women. Good women, they have to lie down almost dead and let the guy do whatever he wants to do. But that's not nothing new. There's nothing new even to see. Don't take this as a personal disrespect. Your girlfriend is telling you something really sincere and honest. Has it been giving you the pleasure of orgasm? Or have you just been using it to expel your sexual energy? Didn't you reduce it to a commodity? She was conditioned to accepting this situation, however. Not even this acceptance can satisfy her. The man makes love in the same bed where he fights every day. In fact, it's the preface. The couple throw pillows, yell at each other, argue about everything, and then, feeling tired, some negotiation was needed. Love is just a negotiation. If the man is an individual of an aesthetic sensibility, your place of love must be a sacred place, because it is there that life is born. It must have beautiful flowers, incense, fragrance, and the couple must enter it with deep respect. Besides, love shouldn't be an abrupt thing like grabbing a woman. This business of hitting and running is not love. Love must have a foreplay with beautiful music and the couple dancing together, meditating together. Just as love shouldn't be a thing of the mind, of having to continually think about how to do the positions and then go to sleep. Love must be a deeper involvement of the whole being, but it shouldn't be projected by the mind. It should, yes, come spontaneously. With beautiful music and fragrance dancing hand in hand, it's possible that the two will go back to being children playing among flowers. If love happens spontaneously in this sacred atmosphere, it will come with a different quality. Must understand that a woman's ability to have multiple orgasms stems from the fact that she does not lose any energy. The man is able to have only one orgasm and lose his energy, giving the impression of being depressed. Even the next morning you can notice your hangover, and as you get older, it becomes more and more difficult. This difference has to be understood. The woman is on the receptive end, and that's because to become a mother, she needs more energy. However, your orgasm happens in an entirely different way. The male sexuality is local, like local anesthesia. The woman's body is sexual in its entirety, and unless the whole body starts to shiver with pleasure, and every cell becomes involved, there is an orgasmic explosion. So this is not just an isolated case. This is the case of nearly 99% of women worldwide. The situation as a whole needs to be changed. The woman, it must not be under the man. First of all, it's ugly, since man has a body stronger and the woman is more fragile. The woman must be on top of the man, not the man above the woman. Second, the man must remain silent, inactive, so that his orgasm does not complete in 2 minutes. By staying silent and letting the woman go wild over your chest, will give her good exercise and lead her to a burst of orgasmic energy. He takes a certain time for the woman's whole body to warm up, and if the man doesn't keep up inactive, it will not give the woman time to climax. Although the relationship happens, it is not an event imbued with beauty and love, but only with necessity. Try doing what I recommend. Experiment with your girlfriend. Be the partner inactive and let the girlfriend be the active partner. Allow it to be uninhibited. The woman doesn't you have to behave like a lady. You have to behave like a real woman. The lady is just a creation of man, while a woman is a creation of existence. The man need to bridge the gap between a woman's orgasms, and this gap can only be filled by one way: the man remaining inactive, silent, and enjoying watching her go crazy. Thereby she's going to have multiple orgasms. The man must end the game with his own orgasm instead of starting with it. With this, the woman will not tell the man that he is a bit boring. The man will be a really interesting and wonderful guy who is behaving like a lady, must keep eyes closed so she doesn't feel inhibited. Then she can do anything: move hands, move body, grunt, moan, sigh, scream. Until she says, Hari Om Tat Sat. The man is not allowed to be alive. He must simply remain in silence. That must be the clue. Hari Om Tat Sat simply means, this explosion of orgasm, she is the truth. Then she'll go crazy after you. Right now, as able to the reader, is behaving stupidly, like most men all over the world. The second thing in the boyfriend question: my girlfriend says I'm not very interesting, so make yourself a little more interesting. Becoming interesting is not very difficult. Juices from all kinds of fruit are available everywhere. Drink more juice and eat less solid food. Well, the girlfriend is giving good advice, and the boyfriend, in his stupidity, he is thinking that she is condemning him. When she says, you are very dependent, in addition to being a victim, I am able to perceive, even from the question asked by him, that she is right. The boyfriend really is a victim, as is every human being, a victim of stupid ideologies that created strange feelings of guilt and that do not allow humans to have fun. Even though you make love, you know you're committing a sin and hell isn't too far away. Becky Goldberg commented to Goldberg, you are a great lover. Goldberg said, but you never told me that before. I was waiting for someone to tell me I'm a great lover, but I gave up on the idea, because it looks like I'm not. Becky Goldberg justified, no, you are a great lover and I wanted to tell you that many times, but you were not there. Making love to Becky, and Goldberg isn't there. He is counting his money, making love to Becky, and Goldberg isn't there. He is counting his money, making your accounts, and your mind is doing 1,000 things. In each bed where there are 2 lovers, there are at least 4 people. If they are more inventive people, they can have a whole crowd in bed. The woman has sex with Goldberg and thinks about Muhammad Ali, while Goldberg makes love as a duty and thinks of many beautiful actresses. Therefore, neither his mind nor hers are present. Their minds are in their dreams. A man told a friend, last night I had an amazing dream. I have to tell you. I couldn't wait until morning to come to tell you the dream. What kind of dream? Asked the friend. I had gone fishing in my dream. and had caught fish so big that it even stopped pulling. A single fish was strenuous work for me, and I caught so many fish. I do not know how they disappear during the day, said the man. The friend said, "Stop this nonsense, you do not know what I dreamed. I found it in my dream, from one of my sides, Sophia Loren, absolutely naked," and said, "My God, did I get to heaven?" And on the other side was another beautiful woman. It was impossible to judge who was prettier. The man was very angry and said, "You fool, you pretend to be my best friend. Why didn't you call me?" "T called, but your wife said you went fishing," his friend replied. "Nobody is where they are supposed to be. Nobody is home. The man, while he is making love and should make it a meditative process, you have to be fully present, surrendering to the woman he loves. The woman needs to be present, offering all her beauty and thanks to the lover, so the man will not be a victim, otherwise it will be. These idiocies complete people who call religion do not accept that love is a natural and pleasurable. On the contrary, they condemn love. They even made a condition of it. Unless the man leaves his woman, will never reach the truth. And conditioning has been going on for so long that it has practically become a truth, although it is an absolute lie. Man is a victim of traditions, and of course dependent on them. The initial question also says, I observed this destructive energy in me and felt that somehow I liked that. Everyone has destructive energy, because when given to themselves itself, energy is bound to be destructive unless it is used consciously and becomes creative. However, the most important thing that was said is that I somehow liked it. So, how is it possible to change this? The individual is required to remain at the same level. Of anything you like, that is, there can be no change, since you may not like it of changing what is appreciated. He has energy. Appreciating destructive energy is suicidal, and to appreciate destructive energy as a destroyer is to be in the service of death. Being aware of this, it is I need you to undergo a transformation. Just use creative energy. Maybe that makes the man from the question be less boring, more interesting, less dependent, less victimized, and most importantly, he won't feel guilty and depressed. No individual creative feels depressed and guilty. Your participation in the universe through creative actions makes you completely satisfied, in addition to bringing you dignity. It is the natural right of all men, but few people claim it. And there is no difficulty. It is very easy to use energy in creative fields. Paint, practice gardening, growing flowers, writing poetry, learning music, dancing. Learn anything that transforms destructive energy into creative energy. And consequently, instead of staying with anger at existence, you will be grateful for it. You won't be against life. How can a creative person stay against life, against love? It's impossible. It never happened. Only people without creativity is against everything. The girlfriend raised very important questions for the life of man rated on this item. The easiest way would be to transform the girlfriend, but I believe she is a friend, and that everything she said is absolutely sincere and authentic. Men should be grateful to her and start making changes. The day the girlfriend accepts you as a fun and interesting guy, it's going to be a big day in your life. So it shouldn't be coward and change girlfriend just because the current one creates problems in your mind and you want to find a different one. This man is lucky to have found a very generous girl. You're next. This option will be very difficult, as your girlfriend will make you feel absolutely guilty and negligible. Why? What did you do to be worthy? What did you do to not be boring? What did you do to declare your independence? What did you do to not be a victim? It's time to put it into practice. We'll be grateful to girlfriend forever. I would like to tell the man's girlfriend in question, keep hitting this guy until you're satisfied he's not boring but well fun, totally interesting, playful, and partying. May lose it somewhere along the way of life, but we'll have him prepared for some other woman. Otherwise, the way he finds at the moment will torture many women, in addition to torturing himself.